Don't overshare. There is power in silence. In today's noisy world, we've become accustomed to sharing everything: our struggles, dreams, plans, and emotions. But the Buddha taught that speech should be wise, timely, and beneficial. When we reveal too much, we not only give away our privacy, but also invite the opinions, judgments, and energies of others, many of which are not rooted in compassion. Not everyone will understand your story with kindness. Some may criticize, misunderstand, or even use your words against you. That's why silence is powerful. A wise person speaks less and listens more, choosing their words with mindfulness and clarity. Before you speak, pause and ask yourself, is this truly necessary? Will this help anyone? Am I speaking from wisdom or from ego? The Buddha emphasized right speech as a path to inner peace. What you keep sacred is often what protects your energy the most. Share only with those who have earned your trust. Let your actions, not your words, express who you are. Silence is not weakness, it is strength. It shows restraint, maturity, and a deep understanding of what matters. In a world that constantly demands your voice, choosing when not to speak is an act of wisdom. Protect your energy, speak with purpose, and remember, the more still and centered you are within, the less you need to explain yourself to the world. Absorbing others' negative energy. Compassion without self-destruction. The Buddha taught that while compassion is a noble path, it must be guided by wisdom. Many of us confuse empathy with emotional absorption. We take on the anger, sorrow, and anxiety of those around us, thinking we're helping. But in truth, we're slowly draining our own energy, burdening ourselves with suffering that was never ours to carry. Imagine this. Someone shares their pain with you. You listen, and suddenly their sadness becomes your sadness. Their frustration lingers in your mind. You feel heavy, unsettled, yet you never asked if this was your burden to carry. The Buddha taught non-attachment, not to make us indifferent, but to help us stay centered. Just like a lotus flower rises above muddy water without being tainted, we too must rise above emotional chaos while remaining present. True compassion does not require us to drown with those who are suffering. It asks that we offer a hand from solid ground. Next time you feel overwhelmed by others' emotions, pause and reflect. Is this pain mine or someone else's? Can I show kindness without carrying their wounds? How can I stay grounded while still offering support? Visualize a gentle, protective light surrounding your body. Let this light be a barrier between you and the energies that do not belong to you. Be a presence of calm, not a sponge for chaos. Helping others should not come at the cost of losing yourself. You cannot pour from an empty cup. True compassion is not about self-sacrifice. It's about being strong enough to stay whole, while gently guiding others back to their own peace. By practicing wise compassion, you protect your energy while still being a source of healing for those around you. Holding on to past hurts, letting go to set yourself free. The Buddha once said, holding on to anger is like grasping a hot coal, with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. And yet, so many of us carry the weight of old wounds. We replay past betrayals in our minds, clinging to resentment as if it gives us control. But in truth, it only steals our peace. Every moment you spend reliving the past is a moment you lose in the present. The energy you give to old pain could be used to heal, to grow, to move forward. The Buddha taught the law of impermanence. Everything changes, including suffering. Nothing lasts forever, not joy, not sorrow. And when we cling to what is already past, we trap ourselves in a prison of our own making. Ask yourself, is holding on to this pain bringing me peace? What would my life look like if I chose to release this? Am I defining myself by a wound that no longer serves me? Letting go does not mean you forget or excuse the harm done. It means you no longer allow it to define you. It means you are choosing freedom over attachment, clarity over bitterness. Forgiveness is not a gift for the other person. It is a gift for your own soul. Breathe deeply. Feel the weight of that pain. Then, in your mind, place it down. Walk away from it. You are not the story of your suffering. You are the awareness that sees it, learns from it, and transcends it. Healing begins the moment you choose peace over punishment. The past cannot be changed, but your relationship to it can. Let go, not because they deserve it, but because you do. Saying yes to everything. The compassionate power of saying no. In a world that often equates kindness with constant availability, many of us feel guilty when we say no. We overcommit, stretch ourselves thin, and slowly lose touch with our own needs. But the Buddha did not teach self-sacrifice without wisdom. He taught the middle way, a path of balance, neither indulgent nor self-denying. Saying yes to every request may feel noble, but over time it leads to exhaustion. And when you're depleted, you have little left to offer, to yourself or to others. True generosity does not come from obligation. It flows from a full and peaceful heart. Before agreeing to something, pause and ask yourself, am I saying yes because I truly want to, or because I'm afraid of disappointing someone? Will this nourish me or drain me? What would happen if I honored my own well-being first? Saying no is not selfish. It is self-respect. When done with kindness and clarity, it sets boundaries that protect your time, energy, and peace. You don't need to explain or apologize for valuing your inner balance. You are not responsible for meeting every need around you. The Buddha reminded us that attachment, even to the idea of being good or helpful, can cause suffering. Sometimes compassion means stepping back. Sometimes love looks like rest. And sometimes the greatest act of service is taking care of yourself so that your presence remains grounded and whole. When you say no to what depletes you, you say yes to what truly matters. You reclaim your energy. You create space for deeper focus, more meaningful connections, and genuine peace. So next time you feel pressured to say yes, remember this: you are allowed to choose yourself. And that choice, too, is an act of love. Seeking external validation. Find worth within, not without. One of the most subtle ways we lose energy is by constantly seeking approval from others. We shape our words, our actions, even our dreams based on how we believe others will respond. A compliment lifts us. A criticism shatters us. But the Buddha warned that this search for validation is a path to suffering, not fulfillment. External praise is fleeting. One day people applaud you. The next, they may judge you. If your peace depends on the ever-changing opinions of others, your inner world will always be unstable. The Buddha taught us to turn inward, to seek wisdom, not recognition. Ask yourself, am I living for my own truth or for the applause of others? Do I believe I am enough, even if no one else sees it? Can I accept myself fully, without needing permission to be who I am? True confidence doesn't come from the outside. It arises from knowing who you are, what you value, and walking your path with integrity. When you stop needing validation, you become free. You act not to impress, but to express. You speak not to be accepted, but to be authentic. Closing message: walk the path of wisdom and protection. Protecting your energy is not about building walls. It's about living with awareness. The Buddha taught that peace is not found in controlling the outer world, but in mastering the inner one. Let go of what drains you. Speak with mindfulness. Love without losing yourself. And walk through life not chasing approval, but anchored in truth. The world may pull you in 1,000 directions, but when you know your center, nothing can shake you. May you walk with clarity, compassion, and strength. And may your journey lead not to perfection, but to peace. If this message resonates with you, stay close to teachings that nourish the soul. Wisdom is not something you find, it's something you return to within.